But if you reflect on this diamond story, where it began, when diamonds were discovered, and you appreciate that these diamonds were discovered in Botswana, on our soil, deep in the belly of the earth in Boteti, Jwane. They were our diamonds. And then a company called De Beers was established for these diamonds. And the government of Botswana held, as it does now, 15% in De Beers. 15. You are the owner of the diamonds. They are in your country. They are your diamonds. People come from outside to discuss with you, and they take the lion's share of your own diamonds. On what logic is this justifiable? How does this make sense? So a fundamental error was committed. Even as we gloat and we praise ourselves over the discovery of diamonds, a serious error was committed then. Because when you look at it on reflection, you realize the baseline for negotiation should not have been anything less than 50%. Say, we already have the diamond. These are our, in fact, we have 100%. Come to think of it. We are bringing in diamonds. What are you bringing? Money to mine and equipment and some knowledge. Let's cost that. But the baseline is 50%. We'll see in the remaining 50% where we place and collocate. But you can't get 15%. But that mistake was made. Now it binds all of us to this day. That's where we are. But along the way, because at the time it was established, there was government of Botswana, Anglo-American, the Oppenheimers. The Oppenheimers held 40% of De Beers in relation to Botswana diamonds. Anglo 45, Botswana government 15. But the agreement then was, if anybody wanted to sell, if in particular the Oppenheimers wanted to sell their 40%, the right of first refusal belonged to the government of Botswana. They had to offer that 40% to Botswana, nobody else. And somewhere along the line they decided to sell. And true to the contractual obligations, they offered the 40%. Botswana, we are selling 40%. And if we had acquired that 40%, it would have placed us at 55% of total ownership, shareholding in De Beers. What did our government say? We're not interested. That's the second near fatal error that was committed in the history of our country. By us, all of us. Maybe your forebears, not yourselves as such. So, what does this say? Governments can mess up and mess up real bad. That's why you need to be very careful about constituting a government. Very careful. Don't go with the talk. Check out the substance and the ability to understand these intricacies. Maybe they have a good defense. We didn't understand. We were bullied, whatever they say. But this is where we are now. We sit here, as I stand here, we hold 15%. Because when we refused to buy the 40%, Anglo bought the 40%, and now they are holding 85% in De Beers. This is where we are now. Next, the entire burden of marketing our diamonds was given to De Beers. De Beers marketed the diamonds, you know, in the early 1940s when they went to Hollywood and invested a lot of money. Diamonds are forever. They gave every Hollywood actor some diamond and the diamond story. But along the way, they reduced the investment in marketing. But even at the height of that marketing, these diamonds were not marketed as Botswana diamonds. There was nothing Botswana about the marketing strategy of De Beers throughout it. So everybody who was buying diamonds bought them without knowing where they came from or caring about the story of the people that own these diamonds. So everybody, diamonds, it's De Beers. When you tell them about Botswana, nobody knows about it. Yet these diamonds are ours. That was a mistake that we allowed. We countenanced. And so we keep negotiating, or we kept negotiating over the years about our diamonds, because we were now a minority shareholder in relation to our diamonds. This is the reality. Now, this reality has resulted in a situation where the marketing, the selling of these diamonds is done by this company with very little involvement by ourselves. And so they, for some time, told us, no, diamonds were not selling. Yet, our economy, which is another mistake committed by us, was to allow the entire economy to rely only on diamonds. No attempt to diversify. No attempt whatsoever. We were content. And the diamonds were bringing the money. We felt we were God's chosen people. So, when the diamonds now experienced the kinds of problems that they are even presently experiencing, then our economy almost collapsed, which was also reasonably foreseeable. Those who were at the helm should have foreseen. But there was little, if any, response. We kept going as if nothing was wrong. Now we are at that point. The country is broke, struggling, has cash flow problems as a result of all these. So you step in as president at that time. You realize the gravity of the situation, the overwhelming gravity of the situation. And you have to now adapt, adjust. You are ambassadors wherever you are. But do we have the resources? At least at this point, no. The embassies are complaining. The buildings there also require maintenance. The resources are not there yet, but they'll be there. They'll be there. Why? Because the diamonds are still there, under the soil, in Ntsokoane. They are still there. So if the diamonds are there, how is the country broke? Now they are not being sold. Who is selling? De Beers. Then De Beers is not doing its job. Maybe we should take over and sell them ourselves. That's what we should do. And that will be deemed very radical. Now this guy is a label. But the country needs the money, and it has the diamonds, and somebody who's supposed to be selling the diamonds is not doing the job. Oh no. And we are simply sitting on our laurels, folding up our arms and hoping, beyond hope, that this... No. I will take the diamonds and see what we can do with them. They are ours. These diamonds are ours. And so before the end of this year, something very drastic in that space will happen. If it doesn't happen, we will die trying. By all means. So these are the issues. And I could stay mum, not say anything. And they will say, he got into power, now he's quiet. When you speak, they think, no, it's only talk. Yes, it has to be talk. First, because we communicate with you, we have to inform you. So that you know. And you can also say, no, don't do that, do this, don't do that. The talk is meant for all of us. You see. So, this is what your country is going through.